The Power of Connection, Mastering Social Intelligence. Introduction. The Secret to Unlocking. Every door. Imagine walking into a room, any room, and instantly knowing what everyone is feeling. You sense the unspoken tensions, the hidden insecurities, the flickers of hope behind guarded smiles. You know exactly what to say to spark trust, diffuse conflict, or inspire loyalty. This isn't a superpower reserved for a charismatic few. It's a skill, and it's called social intelligence. In a world obsessed with IQ, ambition, and luck, the real key to success lies in your ability to read people like a book and respond with precision, empathy, and authenticity. Master this, and you'll never see relationships or opportunities the same way again. We live in an age of paradox. Technology connects us instantly, yet loneliness is epidemic. AI and algorithms dominate. But the one thing machines can't replicate is the human ability to understand, empathize, and connect. Most of us stumble through conversations, misread intentions, or feel drained by social interactions, wondering why we're out of sync. The truth is stark. Intelligence alone won't get you ahead. Charm fades. But social intelligence, the art of perceiving emotions, navigating dynamics, and building trust, is the invisible currency of influence, leadership, and fulfillment. This book isn't about vague platitudes or quick-fix charisma tricks. It's a deep dive into the mechanics of human connection, backed by neuroscience and psychology, with practical tools to transform how you interact. You'll learn to decode the silent language of body language, harness empathy to forge unbreakable bonds, and turn tense conversations into moments of trust. From boardrooms to first dates, from heated arguments to quiet moments of support, social intelligence is the edge that elevates every interaction. Here's the challenge. By the time you finish this book, you could walk into any situation with the confidence to connect, lead, and inspire. You'll see beneath the surface of every conversation, noticing what's unsaid and responding with clarity and care. But this transformation starts with a choice: to invest in the one skill that machines can't steal and markets can't buy. Keep reading, because every page brings you closer to mastering the art of connection. By the end, you'll hold the tools to reshape your relationships, amplify your influence, and live a life where every interaction feels purposeful and profound. Let's begin the journey together. Chapter 1. The Hidden Edge of Social Intelligence. What if the secret to unlocking every door in life, whether it's landing a dream job, resolving a family feud, or inspiring a team, doesn't lie in your IQ, your resume, or even your charm? What if it's something quieter, subtler, yet infinitely more powerful? Your ability to truly see and connect with the people around you. Welcome to the world of social intelligence, the hidden edge that separates those who merely survive social interactions from those who thrive in them. Social intelligence is the art of reading people, decoding their emotions, intentions, and unspoken needs, and responding in ways that build trust, spark connection, and drive influence. Picture a leader who calms a tense boardroom with a single, well-timed question, or a friend who knows exactly what to say when you're unraveling. That's social intelligence in action. It's not about being the loudest voice or the most charismatic presence. It's about being the most attuned, the most intentional, the one who makes others feel heard. Here's a crucial distinction. Social intelligence isn't the same as emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is about mastering your own emotions, knowing why you're angry or anxious, and managing those feelings. Social intelligence, however, turns outward. It's about perceiving the emotions of others, reading the room and knowing when to listen, when to speak, or when to pause. It's why some people effortlessly build networks while others remain unnoticed, why some leaders inspire loyalty while others breed disengagement. The best part? Social intelligence isn't a gift bestowed on a lucky few. It's a skill, and like any skill, it can be learned, honed, and mastered. Neuroscience tells us our brains are wired for connection, with systems designed to pick up subtle cues like a furrowed brow or a hesitant tone. But most of us never tap into this potential. We fumble through conversations, miss opportunities, or feel drained by social overload, not because we're incapable, but because we haven't been taught how. This book will change that. Through practical tools and real-world strategies, you'll learn to navigate any social terrain, meetings, friendships, conflicts, or high-stakes negotiations, with confidence and clarity. Consider Sarah, a manager who transformed her team's morale by noticing a colleague's quiet frustration and addressing it with empathy. Or James, who turned a heated argument with his partner into a moment of deeper understanding by listening instead of reacting. These aren't superheroes. They're people who learn to wield social intelligence. Your journey starts here. By mastering social intelligence, you'll unlock the power to connect authentically, influence ethically, and live with greater purpose. Let's take the first step together. Chapter 2. The Social Brain. Wired for Connection. Your brain is a marvel, not just for solving equations or memorizing facts, but for something far more profound: connecting with others. Every glance you exchange, every tone you hear, every subtle shift in a friend's posture, your brain processes these signals in milliseconds, weaving an intricate web of understanding that makes human relationships possible. This is the power of your social brain, a masterpiece of evolution designed to help you read, respond, and bond. To master social intelligence, you first need to understand how this neural machinery works and why it makes connection feel as vital as breathing. Millions of years ago, our ancestors survived not by outsmarting predators alone, but by forming tight-knit tribes. Cooperation was life or death, sharing food, protecting each other, raising young. Over time, our brains evolved specialized systems to navigate these social worlds. The prefrontal cortex, sitting just behind your forehead, acts like a social strategist, analyzing tone and body language to decide how to respond. Picture it weighing whether a colleague's sharp comment is frustration or just a bad day, guiding you to empathize rather than snap back. The amygdala, your emotional alarm, flags threats or warmth in a split second. A stranger's frown or a loved one's smile triggers it instantly. Then there's the insula, your empathy hub, letting you feel a friend's pain as if it were your own. Perhaps most fascinating are mirror neurons, the brain's secret weapon for connection. When you see someone laugh, these cells fire as if you're laughing too, creating a bridge of shared emotion. It's why a teammate's excitement is contagious, or why a child's tears tug at your heart. These neural systems don't just help you survive, they make life rich with meaning. Consider Maria, who sensed her boss's tension during a meeting and softened her tone, turning a potential clash into collaboration. Or David, who mirrored his date's relaxed posture, sparking an instant rapport. These moments aren't luck, they're your social brain at work. Yet, most of us barely scratch the surface of this potential. We're distracted, stressed, or unaware of the signals flooding our brains daily. The good news? Your social brain is ready to be awakened. By understanding how it processes emotions and cues, you can sharpen your ability to read people and respond with precision. This chapter is your first step into that neural landscape, where every interaction is a chance to connect more deeply. As you turn these pages, you're not just learning about your brain, you're unlocking its power to transform how you relate to the world. Chapter 3. Decoding the Unspoken. The Power of Nonverbal Communication. Words are just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath every conversation lies a hidden language, one that speaks louder, truer, and often faster than anything you say. This is the realm of nonverbal communication, where a fleeting glance, a subtle shift in posture, or a quiver in someone's voice reveals what's really going on. Research suggests up to 93% of what we communicate comes not from words but from body language, facial expressions, tone, and eye contact. To master social intelligence, you must become fluent in this unspoken code, learning to read others' signals and align your own to foster trust and connection. Think about the last time you sensed someone's discomfort without a word being spoken. Maybe it was a colleague's tense shoulders during a meeting or a friend's forced smile that didn't reach their eyes. These cues are your brain's raw data, processed instantly by your social brain to guide your response. A genuine smile with crinkled eyes and upturned lips signals warmth, A fleeting grimace might betray doubt. Tone carries equal weight. Picture a sarcastic "great job" versus a heartfelt one. Even eye contact, too little or too much, can shift the mood of an entire exchange. Mastering these signals lets you see beneath the surface of every interaction. Consider Lisa, who noticed her client's crossed arms and clipped tone during a pitch. Instead of plowing ahead, she paused, softened her voice, and asked an open-ended question, turning skepticism into engagement. Or Mark, who mirrored his interviewer's relaxed posture, creating an instant rapport that landed him the job. These aren't random wins. They're the result of reading and responding to nonverbal cues with precision. But it's not just about decoding others. Your own signals matter too. Slumped shoulders can undermine your confidence, while open posture and steady eye contact project authenticity and invite trust. The challenge is context. A clenched jaw might mean anger in one setting but anxiety in another. Misreading cues or projecting mismatched signals, like saying "I'm fine" with a strained voice, can derail connections. The good news? You can train yourself to notice more, assume less, and respond with intention. By tuning into the unspoken, you gain a window into others' emotions and a tool to shape how you're perceived. This chapter invites you to step into that invisible dance of gestures and glances, where every movement is a chance to deepen understanding and build bonds that words alone can't forge. Chapter 4. Empathy, the heart of connection. What makes someone feel truly seen? It's not a clever quip or a perfect solution. It's empathy, the quiet force that turns fleeting interactions into lasting bonds. Empathy is more than feeling sorry for someone. It's the ability to step into their world, sense their emotions, and respond with care. At the heart of social intelligence, empathy is the glue that holds relationships together, the spark that diffuses tension, and the bridge that spans divides. Without it, even the sharpest social skills fall flat. To master connection, you must first master the art of empathy. Empathy comes in three forms, each a vital thread in the tapestry of human interaction. Cognitive empathy lets you understand someone's perspective, like a manager grasping why a team member feels overlooked. Emotional empathy allows you to feel what others feel, as if their joy or pain ripples through you, like tearing up at a friend's heartbreak. Compassionate empathy goes further, urging you to act, whether it's offering a kind word or stepping in to help. Together, these threads weave connections that feel authentic and enduring. Imagine Anna, who sensed her coworker's stress and asked, "How can I support you?" That simple question transformed a strained dynamic into one of trust. Empathy isn't just about being nice. It's a strategic tool for navigating life's complexities. In conflicts, it disarms defensiveness. A partner hearing, "I see why you're upset," is more likely to soften than escalate. In leadership, it inspires loyalty. Employees follow those who understand their struggles. Yet empathy requires balance. Too much emotional empathy can overwhelm you, leading to burnout. Too little, and you seem cold. The key is staying present, listening fully, noticing subtle cues like a trembling voice or averted gaze, and responding without judgment. Consider Michael, who turned a tense family dinner around by validating his sister's frustration instead of arguing. Or Priya, a nurse who comforted a patient by simply holding space for their fears. These moments show empathy's power to heal and unite. But it's not automatic. It's a skill honed through intention. By practicing presence and curiosity, you can tune into others' emotions and respond in ways that make them feel valued. Empathy transforms strangers into allies, conflicts into opportunities, and fleeting encounters into moments of meaning. As you read on, you'll discover how to wield this heart-centered skill to deepen every connection in your life. Chapter 5. Emotional Intelligence, Mastering Your Inner World. If social intelligence is the art of reading others, emotional intelligence is the foundation that keeps you steady while you do it. Picture yourself in a heated argument or a high-stakes meeting. Your heart races, your thoughts blur. Without control over your inner world, Even the sharpest social skills can crumble. Emotional intelligence, EQ, is your anchor, the ability to understand and manage your own emotions so you can connect with others clearly and authentically. It's the quiet strength that fuels every meaningful interaction, and mastering it is essential to unlocking the full power of connection. Unlike social intelligence, which focuses outward on others' emotions, EQ turns the lens inward. It's built on 5 pillars: self-awareness, knowing what you feel and why; self-regulation, staying calm instead of reacting impulsively; motivation, driving yourself toward goals despite setbacks; empathy, feeling with others; and social skills, navigating interactions smoothly. These elements work together to keep you grounded. Imagine snapping at a colleague out of frustration. Low EQ. Now picture pausing, recognizing your anger, and choosing a thoughtful response instead. That's EQ in action, paving the way for trust and collaboration. Consider Elena, a project manager who felt overwhelmed during a tight deadline. By recognizing her stress, self-awareness, and taking deep breaths, self-regulation, she led her team with clarity, inspiring them to meet the goal. Or Jamal, whose passion for his startup, motivation, kept him engaging investors despite rejections, eventually winning their support. These aren't just personal victories. They're proof that mastering your emotions amplifies your ability to connect. EQ isn't about suppressing feelings, but channeling them to serve your relationships and goals. Why does this matter? Because your inner state shapes every interaction. If you're unaware of your irritation, it leaks into your tone, alienating others. If you can't regulate stress, you might shut down or lash out, derailing trust. EQ also fuels leadership. People follow those who remain composed under pressure and inspire through purpose. Even in personal life, it's the difference between a reactive argument and a conversation that deepens understanding. The good news is that EQ, like any skill, grows with practice. By tuning into your emotions and guiding them intentionally, you create space for empathy and connection to flourish. This chapter is your guide to that inner mastery, setting the stage for the social brilliance you'll build as you read on. Chapter 6. The Art of Communication, Words, Tone, and Presence. Communication is the pulse of connection, the delicate dance where words, tone, and presence converge to create understanding or confusion. It's not just about what you say, but how you say it, and whether you're truly there, fully engaged with the person before you. Social intelligence hinges on mastering this art, transforming everyday exchanges into moments of trust and clarity. Whether you're pitching an idea, comforting a friend, or resolving a dispute, the way you communicate shapes the outcome, making it the cornerstone of every meaningful relationship. Words are powerful, but they're only part of the equation. A poorly chosen phrase can wound, while a thoughtful one can heal. Consider saying "you're wrong" versus "I see it differently." The first shuts down. The second invites dialogue. Tone, however, often speaks louder. A warm "I'm here for you" can soothe, while the same words delivered flatly feel hollow. Presence, being fully attentive, without distractions, amplifies both. Imagine a manager who listens half-heartedly, eyes on their phone, versus one who leans in, nodding, fully tuned in. The latter builds loyalty. The former breeds resentment. Take Sarah, who turned a tense team meeting around by paraphrasing a frustrated colleague's point. "It sounds like you're worried about the deadline." Her words, delivered with a calm tone and attentive presence, de-escalated tension and opened collaboration. Or consider Raj, who won over a skeptical client by matching his enthusiastic tone to their energy, making them feel understood. These moments show that communication isn't just exchanging information. It's about creating a shared emotional space where trust can grow. The secret lies in balance. Choose words that clarify and uplift, avoiding jargon or aggression. Align your tone with your intent, soft for empathy, firm for conviction. Above all, practice active listening. Reflect what you hear, ask open-ended questions, and resist the urge to interrupt. Distractions, like checking your phone mid-conversation, fracture presence, and signal disinterest. By weaving these elements together, you craft interactions that feel authentic and impactful. This chapter is your guide to that alchemy, where every word, inflection, and moment of attention becomes a tool to forge deeper connections and navigate the social world with grace. Chapter 7. Managing Emotions, Staying Calm in the Storm. Emotions are like waves. They can lift you up or pull you under. In the heat of a tense conversation, a sudden surge of anger or anxiety can hijack your words, fray connections, or leave you regretting what you said. Social intelligence demands more than reading others. It requires mastering your own emotions to stay steady, no matter the storm. Managing emotions isn't about suppressing them, but guiding them with intention, so you can respond with clarity and care, turning turbulent moments into opportunities for trust and understanding. Your brain is wired to react fast. A sharp comment or a stressful deadline can trigger your amygdala, flooding you with adrenaline before you even blink. Left unchecked, this can lead to snapping at a colleague or freezing in a crucial moment. The key is creating space between feeling and reacting. Techniques like mindfulness, focusing on your breath for a few seconds, can quiet the emotional surge. Pausing to name your emotion, "I'm frustrated," helps you see it clearly, not be consumed by it. Reframing, like viewing a criticism as feedback rather than an attack, shifts your perspective and cools the heat. Consider Aisha, who felt her temper flare when a client questioned her work. Instead of defending herself, she took a deep breath, acknowledged her irritation, and responded with a calm question. "Can you share what's concerning you?" Her restraint opened a productive dialogue, earning respect. Or think of Tom, who faced a family argument by pausing to reframe his sister's outburst as stress, not malice. His measured response turned a shouting match into a moment of connection. These aren't feats of superhuman control. They're the result of practicing emotional regulation. Managing emotions doesn't mean becoming a robot. It's about feeling deeply while choosing how to act. A racing heart or tight chest is data, not destiny. By slowing down, you create room for empathy and reason, ensuring your words and actions align with your goals. This skill is especially vital in high-stakes settings, leadership, negotiations, or personal conflicts, where composure signals strength and invites trust. As you hone this ability, you'll find that even the fiercest emotional storms can't shake your capacity to connect. This chapter is your guide to that inner calm, equipping you to navigate life's turbulence with grace and purpose. Chapter 8. Navigating Conflict. Turning Challenges into Opportunities. Conflict feels like a storm, jarring, messy, and something most of us would rather avoid. Yet in every clash lies a hidden opportunity, the chance to deepen understanding, rebuild trust, or forge stronger bonds. Social intelligence transforms conflict from a threat into a turning point, but only if you know how to navigate it. By approaching disagreements with empathy, clarity, and intention, you can turn tense moments into stepping stones for connection, proving that even the toughest conversations can lead to growth. At its core, conflict stems from emotions, fear, frustration, or unmet needs. Left unchecked, these spark defensiveness, shutting down dialogue. The key is to stay present and shift the focus from winning to understanding. Active listening is your first tool. Instead of planning your rebuttal, hear the other person out, reflecting their words to show you get it. Using I statements like, "I feel overwhelmed when deadlines shift," expresses your perspective without blaming. Reframing, seeing a colleague's criticism as a call for clarity rather than an attack, opens the door to collaboration. These strategies don't just cool tensions, they invite mutual respect. Picture Maria, who faced a heated debate with her business partner over budget cuts. Instead of arguing, she listened, paraphrased his concerns, "It sounds like you're worried about quality," and shared her own using an I statement. Her approach turned a standoff into a brainstorming session, saving their partnership. Or consider Lee, a parent who diffused a teen's outburst by acknowledging their anger and asking, "What's really going on?" That question, rooted in empathy, led to a heartfelt talk. These moments show that conflict, when handled with care, can reveal shared goals and build trust. Navigating conflict isn't about avoiding discomfort, but embracing it as a path to connection. It requires courage to stay calm, curiosity to uncover underlying needs, and discipline to choose words that unite rather than divide. The payoff is profound. A resolved dispute strengthens relationships, whether it's a workplace disagreement or a personal rift. By seeing conflict as an opportunity, you harness social intelligence to create outcomes where everyone feels valued. This chapter equips you to step into those stormy moments with confidence, ready to transform challenges into bridges of understanding. Chapter 9. The Art of Influence. Leading with Integrity. Influence isn't about bending others to your will. It's about inspiring them to move toward a shared vision with trust and respect. In a world where manipulation often masquerades as persuasion, true influence, the kind rooted in social intelligence, stands apart. It's the ability to guide, motivate, and uplift while staying authentic, ensuring everyone feels valued. Whether you're leading a team, pitching an idea, or navigating a personal relationship, mastering the art of influence with integrity is the key to creating lasting impact and deeper connections. At its core, influence is built on human psychology. The principle of reciprocity, offering value first, like a thoughtful gesture or genuine support, creates a natural desire to give back. Authenticity, meanwhile, is your strongest currency. When you speak from a place of honesty, people listen. Empathy ties it all together, letting you understand others' needs and frame your message in a way that resonates. These aren't tricks. They're ways to align your goals with others' aspirations, fostering mutual benefit rather than one-sided gain. Consider Maya, a community organizer who rallied volunteers not by demanding time, but by sharing her passion and listening to their ideas. Her sincerity and small acts of kindness, like thanking each person personally, inspired a movement. Or think of Daniel, a salesperson who won a major client by focusing on their challenges, not his product, building trust that sealed the deal. These moments show that influence flows from connection, not control. When you show up as your true self, attuned to others' emotions, you create a ripple effect of trust and cooperation. The trap is thinking influence requires charisma or power. It doesn't. It demands presence, listening deeply, acknowledging others' perspectives, and communicating with clarity and warmth. Missteps, like pushing too hard or faking sincerity, erode trust fast. The antidote is integrity, staying true to your values, respecting others' autonomy, and aiming for outcomes where everyone wins. This approach not only achieves results, but also builds loyalty and respect that endure. As you embrace this art, you'll find that influence isn't about getting your way. It's about creating a path where others choose to walk with you, united by shared purpose. Chapter 10. Reading Emotional Currents. Sensing What's Unsaid. Beneath the surface of every conversation flows a hidden current of emotions, flickers of joy, ripples of doubt, or undercurrents of tension that words rarely reveal. Social intelligence is about sensing these unspoken feelings, tuning into the subtle signals that betray what someone truly feels. A fleeting grimace, a hesitant pause, or a softening in someone's voice can speak volumes, and learning to read these emotional currents allows you to respond with precision and empathy, forging connections that feel deeply authentic. These signals, often called micro-expressions or vocal shifts, are your window into the heart of an interaction. A colleague's quick frown during a meeting might signal disagreement, even if they nod politely. A friend's unsteady tone when saying, "I'm fine," could hint at buried stress. Your social brain is wired to catch these cues, but modern distractions, screens, stress, or haste, dull this instinct. To sharpen it, you must stay present, observing not just what's said, but how it's expressed. Context is key. A clenched jaw might mean anger in a heated debate, but fear in a quiet moment. Consider Elena, A teacher who noticed a student's slumped posture and faint sigh during class. Instead of pressing for answers, she asked gently, "Is everything okay?" That small act, guided by her reading of unspoken cues, opened a conversation that helped the student feel seen. Or think of Amir, a negotiator who spotted a client's brief eye roll and adjusted his pitch to address their skepticism, clinching the deal. These aren't guesses. They're the result of attuning to emotional currents and responding with care. Reading what's unsaid isn't about mind reading or overanalyzing. It's about curiosity and presence. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to notice more. A subtle shift in someone's energy can guide you to slow down, ask a question, or offer support. This skill deepens every interaction, from casual chats to high-stakes talks, by showing others you see beyond their words. It's a quiet power that transforms fleeting moments into lasting bonds, making people feel understood in ways they might not even articulate. As you hone this ability, you'll navigate the social world with a new kind of clarity, ready to connect at the deepest level. Chapter 11. Mastering. Difficult conversations. From tension to trust. Difficult conversations are the crucible of connection. Those moments when stakes are high, emotions flare, and a single misstep can fracture trust. Whether it's addressing a colleague's mistake, confronting a partner's hurt, or negotiating a sensitive issue, these talks feel like walking through a minefield. Yet, with social intelligence, they can become bridges to deeper understanding. Mastering difficult conversations isn't about avoiding tension but embracing it, using clarity, empathy, and respect to transform fraught exchanges into moments of mutual trust. The secret lies in preparation and presence. Before diving in, clarify your goal, not to win but to understand and be understood. Frame your message to reduce defensiveness. Instead of, "You messed up," try, "I'm concerned about this outcome." During the talk, active listening is your anchor. Reflect what you hear, like, "It sounds like you're feeling overlooked," to show you're engaged. Empathy keeps the conversation human. Acknowledging someone's emotions, even if you disagree, lowers their guard. Tone matters as much as words. A calm, steady voice signals safety, inviting openness over hostility. Picture Clara, a manager who needed to address an employee's chronic tardiness. Instead of criticizing, she started with, "I've noticed you've been arriving late, and I'm curious what's going on." Her empathetic framing and attentive listening uncovered personal struggles, leading to a solution that preserved dignity and improved performance. Or consider Wei, who resolved a family dispute by calmly sharing his feelings. "I feel hurt when we don't talk openly," and inviting his sibling to do the same. His approach turned resentment into reconnection. These moments show that difficult conversations, when navigated with care, can strengthen bonds. The challenge is staying centered under pressure. Emotions can hijack your words, turning intent into impact you didn't mean. Slow down, breathe, and focus on shared goals, whether it's a better working relationship or a healed rift. Avoid traps like blaming or deflecting. Instead, own your part and invite collaboration. The reward is worth it. A well-handled tough talk builds trust that endures beyond the moment. This chapter is your roadmap to those high-stakes exchanges, equipping you to turn tension into a foundation for stronger, more authentic connections. Chapter 12. Becoming a socially intelligent leader. Leadership isn't about titles or authority. It's about connection, the kind that inspires, unites, and uplifts. Social intelligence is the heartbeat of this kind of leadership, weaving together empathy, communication, and emotional mastery to create trust and drive impact. Whether you're guiding a team, mentoring a friend, or shaping a community, the skills you've honed, reading emotions, navigating conflict, influencing with integrity, equip you to lead with authenticity. This final chapter is your call to step into that role, transforming every interaction into an opportunity to inspire and connect. A socially intelligent leader sees beyond tasks to the people behind them. Empathy lets you sense a colleague's unspoken stress and offer support before burnout hits. Clear communication turns vague ideas into shared visions, while emotional regulation keeps you steady in crises, signaling strength others can lean on. Influence, wielded with care, rallies people not through force but through shared purpose. These aren't abstract ideals. They're practical tools that amplify your ability to lead in any context, from boardrooms to family dinners. Consider Priya, a startup founder who transformed her struggling team by listening to their fears and reframing setbacks as learning opportunities. Her empathy and calm presence fostered loyalty, turning skeptics into collaborators. Or think of Javier, a volunteer coordinator who inspired a disjointed group by sharing authentic stories and celebrating small wins, uniting them around a common goal. These leaders didn't rely on charisma or power. They used social intelligence to connect deeply, creating environments where others thrived. Your leadership journey starts with intention. Every conversation is a chance to practice, whether it's validating someone's perspective, diffusing tension, or inspiring action. The ripple effect is profound. A single empathetic gesture can shift a team's morale, just as a well-handled conflict can rebuild trust. Social intelligence doesn't just make you a better leader, it makes you a catalyst for others' growth, leaving a legacy of connection and impact. As you move forward, carry these skills into every sphere of your life, knowing that true leadership is about lifting others while staying true to yourself. Conclusion: the lifelong journey of connection. You've journeyed through the art of social intelligence, unlocking tools to read emotions, navigate conflict, and lead with authenticity. From decoding a fleeting glance to diffusing a heated argument, you've seen how empathy, communication, and emotional mastery can transform interactions into moments of trust and meaning. But this isn't the end. It's the beginning of a lifelong practice. Social intelligence is more than a skill. It's a way of being, a commitment to seeing and connecting with others in a world that often feels divided. As you close this book, carry its lessons forward to reshape your relationships and ripple out to the world. Every chapter has shown you the power of connection. You've learned to sense the unspoken through micro-expressions, to listen with empathy to build trust, and to guide conversations from tension to understanding. You've discovered how to manage your emotions, influence with integrity, and lead by uplifting others. These aren't abstract ideas but practical acts, small choices that turn strangers into allies, conflicts into collaborations, and fleeting encounters into lasting bonds. Remember Priya, who revived her team with empathy, or Clara, who turned a tough talk into a breakthrough. Their stories are now your blueprint. The beauty of social intelligence is its universality. Whether in a boardroom, a family dinner, or a chance meeting, these skills shine. They don't require charisma or perfection, only intention and practice. Each time you pause to listen, reframe a criticism, or offer a kind gesture, you're honing your ability to connect. The impact compounds. One empathetic moment can shift a colleague's day, inspire a friend, or strengthen a community. In a world of noise and distraction, your ability to be present and attuned is a rare gift, a quiet force that changes lives. Your challenge now is to live these principles daily. Notice the emotions swirling around you. Choose words that uplift, tones that soothe, and actions that unite. Embrace difficult conversations as chances to grow, and lead not by commanding, but by connecting. Social intelligence isn't a destination, it's a path, one where every step deepens your relationships and enriches your life. You hold the power to make every interaction matter, to create a legacy of trust, understanding, and connection. Step boldly into that future, knowing you're equipped to master the art of human connection.